Welcome to the Nurse Executive Files. This is just for you. Are you a nursing student? Or maybe even thinking about becoming a nurse? Maybe you're a new nurse and you're in the first 1 to 3 years. Well, this is just for you. So today I want to share with you one tried and true method that really does work that will help you survive nursing school. So in a video before, I spoke on the weight of nursing school, that nursing school is a lot. It seems like for some reason the stars align, that everything happens for some reason, whether it is, and not trying to wish anything on anyone, it's just that the unexpected happens during nursing school, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And you have to keep pushing through because there's state and governing laws that says, hey, we have to have so many amounts of credit or criteria that has to be met. And especially when you're dealing with someone's life, the nurses are at the bedside probably 96% of the time, maybe 95% of the time. Either way, we have someone else's life in our hands. So there's certain criteria that we have to meet. But I want to tell you one tried and true method. There's research behind it. At the time when I applied it, I didn't even realize that it was, an actual phenomenon or a thing behind it, like a actual title or just in general. So it was, for me, time blocking. And if someone ever shares that with you, like a professor or, a friend that has been in nursing school before, your mom's friend or a family member's friend, listen to them. And you may think that, oh, I've got it all figured out in my head. I did this degree over here. I got that taken care of. Or you may say, hey, this is my second career. And so I got this under control. But let me tell you, nursing school is like no other. You do not study nursing books, nursing material the same way that you would any other textbook. It is completely different. And they will teach you all that. And maybe that's a video that I can share for another time. Is that you? Okay. You want to come say hi to my friends on YouTube? I'm making a YouTube video. Want to say hi to my friends? Okay. Okay. So eventually I will take y'all around. We will not just be sitting in this space right now. This is a quick setup that I have. So for right now, we're just sitting right here for the moment because it's easy. So my little one came downstairs. He started kindergarten again. So we started all over again. That's another conversation for another day. So we have, my husband and I, we have a 22-year-old, 19-year-old, and we have a 5-year-old. We started all over again, especially during the pandemic. So anyway, I digress. Let's get to exactly what you need. So nursing, the way, the amount of content that you have, the way that they will teach you or recommend on studying nursing, you will find that it just takes a lot of time. It's not like you can create a study guide and just memorize straight through. So nursing school is not based off of a type of muscle memory, meaning like flashcard style. Maybe for some basic things, but to learn the system, the entire system of the body, developing care plans later, which you will learn more about in nursing school. Or if you're already there, you know that just reading straight off of a study guide does not work. It requires a lot of time. So let's think about this. So when you have maybe family members that you have to take care of, like I lived maybe like 3 hours from my grandparents, my mom's only child. And so I went home a lot. I was, living on campus at the time in the medical and dental apartments. I would check on my mom and brother, which were there. And then I had my 2 kids. So it was very, very, very busy. And we all have a lot of busy stuff going on. And then and I was a young wife at the time. So trying to navigate that, trying to make sure I spent time with him, because there's a lot in nursing school. You basically cut everybody out. Even when you're at home, it's like, I can't do this or I can't do that. I have to have time for this. How do you fit it in? So I remember one time very early in my nursing career, I asked an amazing professor, I said, hey, I'm just afraid that I'm not gonna be able to keep up. Like, I feel the pressures of it and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I was just about in tears, didn't know what I was going to do. And so she said, well, what I want you to do is I want you to block out your time. So, you've heard that a million times. Some have, some may have not. And I was like, block out my time? Well, that's what I already do. She said, no, let's go a step further. She said, I want you to take a sheet of paper. You list everything that you have to do, whether it's when you wake up from the morning time, you take a shower, so you have like your grooming and hygiene or your beauty time, and then all the way to the time like your commute time and the time during school, the time when you get back home, the time that you are making, you know, breakfast or dinner or lunch. You document everything down. And yes, you know, you're going to have some days that may not look like the same, but for the most part, you're going to have blocks of time that are very similar. So she doesn't want you to work. So she said, I get excited and get tongue-tied. Write everything down in a list. And I want you to guesstimate about how much time it takes to do each task. You're just estimating. And then you go back and you fill in the blanks with your study blocks. So you'll take a sheet of paper, list all your tasks down. The second sheet of paper, you will literally draw a square box on your paper, just straight down. And then you put each task inside that box. And then you set a timer. Now here is where it could give you some hiccups. Now, whoever your favorite person is in the world that helps with engagement, let's just say, you know, my generation, I loved Oprah Winfrey. Even she could make me a plan of action, but if I don't follow it, it's not going to work. You can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't follow it, it's not going to work. So you have to really want this thing. And nursing school, you have to really want it. And I know you do want it because that's why you're here. And if you really want it, you have to do the things that's going to support that. So what I want you to do is take all those tasks that you wrote down. Shower time, you might say it takes me 20 minutes, just, you know, estimating 20 minutes, put that in the first block. You have to set an alarm. When that alarm goes off, the key is you have to go on to the next item, to the next block. You don't carry on for an additional 5 minutes. Oh, we went over 5 minutes. You don't. You stop. You have to have a hard stop. And that way, that also takes away the guilt because everything is going to have its own place. And you get accustomed to that. So someone says, hey, do you want to do this here? Well, no, I have this that I have to do. But when I finish this time, I can have time to do that. I had my life so much on a schedule that I went from being disorganized to being able to help, you know, my friend, she's a nurse as well too, but her kids would come over and I would have them over for the weekend. I would have cooked full-blown big Sunday dinners. The house was clean. I didn't have anything out of place. There was vacuum, candles lit, music playing in the background. So by the time my husband got home from work, there was dinner. House was clean. It was like, wow. And I felt so much better because I had a plan of action. So you have to have a plan. They have a lot of cute planners out these days. I know when I was coming up, they probably had okay planners, but maybe starting with a planner that has block styles. It have to be a block. It can't be a checklist type of planner. It needs to be block style. And that's where the discipline is going to come into play. So create that list, put all your items in it. Guesstimate or estimate about how much time it's going to take. Is it guesstimate or estimate? I don't know. Anyway, you're going to guess about how much time that task is going to take on a sheet of paper. You're going to list it out. And then on the second sheet, you're going to put all those tasks in the individual boxes. And you stick to that and you create a timer on that. That is going to help you get through your daily routine. And I'm just being honest with you. You're going to find that if you're working full time, something has got to give and something could suffer from that. And I know that finances, the way these times are today, everything is high. Milk, eggs, you know, everything is high. But you have to make some sacrifices to get through nursing school. It just teaches you a whole different type of mentality, just like if you were to go into the military. I know my father was in the military, my grandfather, it goes all the way back, long history. And with the military, and if we didn't have anyone, people will be on our porches today, keeping the enemy away. So thank goodness for veterans and our soldiers. So my point is they are very cutthroat to get through it. But once you get through it, you're pretty good. You're in pretty good shape. And that's just like nursing. Nursing, there's no exception. Just like medical school, there's no exception. If you really want it in your heart, we have to figure out a plan of success. So that is research is behind it. And I didn't realize it. I think it's called time blocking. time blocking. And I'm just telling you based on my experiences and what has helped me get through. It wasn't off of scientific evidence. I didn't even realize it had a name. She just said, list this and then put it in a block and set your alarm. But I believe today is called time blocking, is what I believe. So it's a real tried and true method with research behind it, evidence-based practice, to show that it does work. And I can tell you for me that it worked for me over 20 something years ago. And so I would love for you to try that. The key thing to it is to set your alarm. So until next time, I just want to step in with you real quick and share that bit of a nugget with you, that you can do it. No matter what you have going on around you, you can do it. And we'll talk about a little bit more on surviving nursing school and the weight of nursing. So good luck, and you've got this. Until next time.